Hello everyone. The course name is Banking Regulation and Operations. The unit is Paying and Collecting Banker. The topic that I'll be covering through this presentation is on the various grounds of check dishonor. So these can be classified as the various circumstances or grounds for a dishonor of check. First one is a case of insufficiency of funds. Second point is notice of customer's death, insanity, or insolvency. The third case is of receipt of a garnishee order. Next one, defective title or trust account or a joint account. Last point, alterations in check or check not in proper form. So the first reason or ground for a check dishonor can be insufficiency of fund or fund insufficiency. When adequate funds are not available in the account of a customer, then the check can be dishonored. If the bank pays a countermanded check means a check which is already revoked or cancelled, then the banker will not only be required to reverse the entry, but also will be held liable to pay damages for dishonoring the checks presented. Okay, so this is the case of insufficiency of funds. So in actual case, for example, if check of a customer comes for an amount of 10,000 rupees, but if his account is having only 4,000 rupees at that point of time, then the banker has got the right to dishonor the check for the reason of fund insufficiency. But if it's a wrongful dishonor where the account was having enough funds, even after that the banker has denied it, then the banker will not only be forced to reverse the entry, but will also be held responsible to pay damages for dishonoring such instrument. So this is the first case or ground for dishonoring a check. The second reason for a check dishonor can be the customer's death or insanity or insolvency. First case is customer's death. Banker should not make payments on checks after the death of the customer. The check should be returned with the remark customer deceased in case of a customer death. The second one is the case of insanity. So a customer can be considered to be insane only if he or she is sent to a lunatic asylum or if he or she has been certified so by a competent doctor. In such cases, the payment against the check issued by such person can be stopped by the bank for the reason of customer turned insane. The last case is of the customer insolvency or the case where the customer goes bankrupt or something like that. A banker should refuse payment on the check soon after the customer is adjudicated as insolvent by the law of the country. So these are the various situations under which a banker can go for a rightful dishonor of a check. Next case is the issue of a garnishee order against the account of the customer. So what do you mean by a garnishee order? A garnishee order is a court order to a third party who owes money to a judgment debtor to pay the money to the judgment creditor. I can explain this using a very simple example. Suppose in this case, the judgment debtor, which is shown in the picture, owes some amount, say 4 lakh rupee, to the judgment creditor. Okay, suppose debtor in this case is John and the judgment creditor is Jacob, right? So John owes 4 lakh rupee to Jacob and he is not ready to make the payment of 4 lakh rupee to Jacob, although he is having enough account balance in his account. Then after multiple requests, when the Jacob is not able to recover the amount from John, he can approach the court of the country and ask the court to issue a garnishee order against the account of this person called John. So in this case, the court issues a garnishee order in the name of John, whereby the account of the person called John will be freeze for that particular amount, say 4 lakh. In this case, the garnishee will be the bank in which John will be holding the account. So as long as the garnishee order is in place, John will not be able to withdraw that particular amount which is freezed under that garnishee order. So this is how a garnishee order works. And when a check is issued against an account which is having a garnishee order, it can be returned by the bank for the reason of a garnishee order issued. So where a garnishee order is received against the whole amount, the banker should stop payment on checks received after the receipt of such an order. But if the order is for a specific amount, leaving the specified amount, check should be honored if the remaining amount is sufficient to meet them. So this is the third situation where a banker can go for a rightful dishonor of a customer's check. Next case is a defective title or trust account or joint account, etc. So a banker can refuse payment to a person suspicious to have a defective title. For example, if the banker feels the account is that of a terrorist or a person who is having some legal cases going against him, that can be considered to be a case of defective title, where the banker can dishonor the check of that customer with the doubt of having a defective title to the customer's name. Second one is the case of a trust account. If the banker feels suspicious that the trustee in a trustee account wants to use the amount of the check for his personal purpose, then the bank can always go for the stop payment of the check or for the revocation of the check. Last case is of the case of joint account. In case of a joint account, the banker can refuse to make the check payment if it is not signed by all the joint account holders, which we have already discussed. In a joint account, the signature of all the account holders is required for passing of a check. Unless and otherwise, the banker can always refuse to make the payment against such a check. Next case is the case of alterations in check or the check not in proper form. So when I say the check is altered or check is having the material alteration, the banker can always refuse the payment against the check. And when the check is also not in proper form. So if the check is not in proper form, that is not in accordance with the provisions of the Negotiable Instrument Act and with the conditions thereby, the banker can always refuse to make the payment against such check. So when I say alterations or a check not in proper form, it can be a check not in proper form. It can be a case of signature mismatch or words and figures mismatch. Or second case can be that of a stale check or post-dated check. Okay, stale check is where the check is presented after a period of 3 months from the date it bears. The banker may refuse to make the payment in such case because the check's expiry date has already covered. Now, second one is the case of post-dated check. Suppose the check is issued for some date in future, then also the check, banker can refuse to make the payment if it is presented before that particular date. And last case is the case of endorsement. If the endorsement is irregular or not sufficient as per as the bank's norms, then the banker can always refuse to make payment on the particular check. So these are the various grounds in which a banker can always dishonor a customer's check for a rightful reason. Thank you so much.